Welcome in everyone. We are back with Sultan's game. Fate's Ledger has 4 fate points in it. But this is all for another run. Because right now we're in run number 3, where the choices are many and hard. We have 4 days till death. Oh boy. So, this is where we stand. This is what we have. A lot of all the things. A lot of all the things. Do I have any equipment that needs to be put on somebody? I do need to do Sultan's Forgiveness. Easy enough. What book is this? Triggers the Canyon of Gales adventure. Gives survival. Okay. 60 rules for life as a sociability. Okay. Tales of Valor. Physique, if you have the wisdom for it. We do need to kill this man's. I mean, we have support if we need him to go to court for us, but we need to kill this man's. Oh, yeah. You have support 2. You have only support 1. You have piety. You cat. He's a clever and beautiful cat. Clever and beautiful. Okay. Novel is at court today, and that's a problem. I don't have anyone with that much support on him. That's not true. Jawad has 2 points of support. Because we met him. So what I can do is chuck Lady Becky on him. So now he has 3 levels of support. And now Nawful's awfulness is canceled out. Brilliant! Glad we checked that. Okay. Phew. Mahir just wants to become a follower, which is fine. Fabulous. Fantastic. What do the poor really need? We have 2 inklings. We've done a follower and we've done gold. We've not asked the priests. I don't know who we need. We just need faith. Our faith is not great. It does have a point of piety on it. It's not great though, but we can do faith next. So we'll do faith next. Okay. Which means Anal can run the house as usual. We do have this. Where is it? Oh no, we've used them. Never mind. We've used them. Never mind. I'm full of shit. It's fine. It's fine. We do have hungry mouths, but we're gonna feed them. It's fine. We have street urchins who need to be fed. Fabulous. White belly we have to deal with today. Okay. Everyone come together. It needs to be done soon. She's unhappy also needs to be done soon, and that requires us. But the lunchbox business we can do. Oopsie daisies right now. We can just do. Bring in as many as you have. Keep some for your own use. Sounds good too. So we could sell all of these, or we could keep some. They do combat and survival, and they're technically a weapon. When you picked it up, you did not think it would be such a handy weapon. Then, I adore you, I adore you, I adore you. Hey, Fen, you should totally do, Bolter Parchment Shears with us and do exclamation mark BPS. It will be hilarious. I have a feeling. Just because you're wonderful. They are only stone level, though. Do you have enough people who are good with those stats? I know that you've already equipped people with some things. I mean, Our wife has a little bit of combat, but she's currently carrying a bouquet as a weapon. Our own man's has great stats, even without these. So, you know, 5 and 5, I think, is what he's actually, or 5 and 6, I think, is what he, like, 6 physique, 5 combat, actually. So he's actually pretty decent at the stats in question. Nabani comes with better combat than physique, but he's, you know, fine, honestly. Zaki, we got his physique. He's a 4 physique, actually, because the armor, and then his combat is garbage. He doesn't actually have a weapon. We could get a better weapon than the lunchbox. Lumera has no of either. I mean, she's got physique, but she doesn't have any combat because she's the wisdom girl, our genius. And then, you know, physique 4, combat 2. And actually, I need to put Jasmine back on him. So, yes, he gets even better. And I actually think that I pulled this stuff off of him to begin with. So, actually, this is where he tops out. Aziz is the powerhouse. And the only thing he doesn't have is an accessory, so... yeah, so this is where we end up being without gear, which is not bad. And then this guy does not matter, because we're gonna kill him, so... and then special cuisine will happen and make more people fitter. So... sounds like you don't really need those. You could consider keeping 1 as a just in case, but they want 3 and you have 3, so it seems reasonable to sell them all. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is like, just get the money. Just get the money. It'll be fine. Okay. So that's all of that stuff. White belly we have to do today. But unfortunately I have to do it myself, which is real annoying. Is it here or here? Here's the whistle. And then it's gonna be combat. We'll do bronze tactics. That should be enough. To get information out of that dog. I don't have to... do everybody for this. But I only can do 3 people, and one of them I believe it has to be me. One of them is my wife, and one of them is somebody else. So, there is that. And I think I have to do this myself, so, okay. So maybe we... It can't actually be either of them because they're nobles. It has to be a non-noble follower. Damn. I have to do white belly today. Alright, well, the timing is unfortunate. And then he's still off in the unknown, but he will be coming back, assuming he has, survived. And then this is Aramina's. You must choose a companion with passion to break the Sultan card. If we are going to use a carnality card. Okay, well, Interesting. Okay. So where is everyone else going? Jabal is here? We could definitely use some more support. Why don't you go talk to your friend? Bring back a book. As for the bathhouse, her lovely wife is the best at it. I'm actually gonna do a little bit of this. Just to give Zeki something to do. That'll be fine. Lumero, what book are we reading today? Should I put a little bit of sociability on you, finally? Probably. Alright, my genius girl. You'll do... We'll do this book first. Which means all I have left is Aziz. Do I know what to do with this? Oh, there we go. The blood at the neck of this head is long congealed. The stench remains. How do you plan to deal with this grim trophy? Use it as decoration material, give it to an ally, give it to Jabal, or sell it to a merchant who's interested in it. I'm gonna give it to Jabal. Why not? Court Jabal a little more. Maybe try again tomorrow. Okay. He's busy. Have your forgiveness, my dude. Get out of jail. Okay. This is also conviction. Admitting your fears of the Sultan is an interesting thing. All should fear the monarch, but not show it. Unless the Sultan has gone mad and has begun taking pleasure in being feared, acknowledgement of truth is the first step towards rebellion. Okay. Requires charisma. He has some from the horse, actually. That's not bad. Alright, we'll do that. End the day. Anyone who's ever killed a man knows that it's easy to kill a man and hard to dump his body. Alas, for you, this is not a problem at all. This time, I took it in as well. Crocodiles always seem to have all sorts of things in their mouths, but honestly, who's curious enough to wrench its mouth open and take a look? Unless they find themselves inside. Barat wants the stone lunchboxes you are holding. He wants to buy it at a proper fair price. So we sold them. He highly praises the quality of the stone lunchbox you presented, giving you 9 gold coins and promising to buy more when you have them. Manal's talents have caught the Sultan's attention. She petitions him for permission to explore beyond the Great Sea of Sand, to seek a legendary stronghold hidden in distant peaks, a journey of great peril. This time, she does not come to you for aid. Manal doesn't expect you would come. She looks very downcast, no longer showing the excitement like her first adventure. She tells you that her dream was to explore the world and record it faithfully on her map. That corrected parchment, where the location of the oasis you found had been burned into a scorched hole. Manal shakes her head sadly, saying she never thought she would only bring disaster to them. With a forced smile, she says, "Actually, I never thought of coming back. But you came. Perhaps this is fate." You want to comfort her, tell her it's not her fault, but what can you say? No matter what thoughts weigh on the explorer's mind, the shadow of death already sways in the wild wind and sand. I got 3 per, essentially. That's not bad. We need 5 successes to see results in comforting Manal. At a 16 die, we got 9. So we did pretty well there. You overcome the trials and tribulations. You trudge through the choking haze of stand and smoke in silent determination. The Deathlands do not claim you. The mountains rise, red as dried blood. A valley, long and narrow, cut through the land like a scar left by a god's blades. And at its end, a city. The streets teem with traders. Orderly, prosperous. A place of wealth and law. You wander through its markets, dazzled, unable to resist a few exotic indulgences. As you leave, Manal lingers, murmuring to the valley's jagged walls. Easily defensible, isn't it? Then shaking her head with a rueful smile, she turns to you. No matter. Thank you. Zephyr gained 2 strength and 2 survival, as well as we've gained the map to the prosperous city. His retainer fucked off. After that trip, I don't blame him. Alim wants to slice up that beggar leader with his knife. Considering what the man did, he deserves it. But you might handle it better. Like finding out what Khmer is. What's keeping a ruthless trafficker from talking anyway? You take Khamir's whistle, telling Whitebelly the child must be linked to this beggar gang. You tell him you will ask every urchin here and every person in Dark Alley. Someone must have seen a child with this whistle. Meanwhile, you'll torture him daily until Khmer is found. If he's alive, you'll let Khmer kill him personally. Or he will tell you Khamir's whereabouts now, and you promised he can leave alive. The warm flow of water soothes your tense nerves. In these moments of fatigue and relaxation, people are always more likely to let slip their secrets. Here, you can gather all kinds of rumors, as well as tales of unrest, often dismissed by nobles with disdain. Stories of bandits, adventures, and demons. At the bathhouse, we gain some silver information. Mystique. Nice. People come to the house. We make money. It's good money. Very good. Double good. And something noteworthy. It probably will, but it's much more defensible than the Oasis was. The Sultan, in a whimsical mood, asks you to judge the most beautiful female in his harem. Is it the woman who's been with him the longest? Who's grown into her beauty before his eyes? Is it the newest addition to his collection? The newest thing to sway his gaze? Or is it the next woman he gets? The one he hasn't seen yet? What do we think, chat? You let me know. Trav wants the classic answer of your next woman. I don't blame you, Trav. It's a good answer. The Sultan seems surprised at your response. He is momentarily stunned, then pats the armrest of his throne, laughing heartedly. He continuously places your answer and then begins imagining which towns or countries to conquer next to turn their princesses and noblewomen into the Sultan's concubines. He laughs greatly and is immensely pleased. Your previous mistakes now seem insignificant and you once again become his most favored subject. Sneaky of us. At the prison, we informed the guard of the Sultan's forgiveness. The guard opened the cell door, and the tortured prisoner had no strength to say anything to you. Fearing the Sultan might change his mind, the prisoner's mother, after expressing endless gratitude to you, hurriedly took her son away. And Quaeus becomes a silver noble. A silver tier noble. Ah, court. The nobles bicker. It's what the Sultan wants. But it does make him weary. However, because Jawad and Lady Becky were there, we have gained some tactics. And no more slander from Nawful. Awful Nawful. Thank goodness. A young man crawls on his belly in the Sultan's golden palace, humbly begging for an extension on the tax collection deadline due to the region's unpredictable climate. The Sultan, intrigued by this new plaything, comes up with a brilliant idea. He calls you over and gives you an opportunity in a merciful, lenient manner. Now you must use a Sultan card on this young man. No, it's not can, it's must. You have no room to refuse. Well, we do have a bloodshed card. I think this man's might be dead. What do the poor really need? We talk to the priests. You go to the temple to the devout priests as they most frequent commoners and always appear the most kind and gentle. They smile as they receive your offering and then tell you the best way to help the poor is to deepen their faith. In the eyes of the divine, humans are ranked not by status but by the strength of their faith. That's what they think. This perspective ripples in your mind. Alright. To the bookstore! The Mystery of Mysteries. Ooh. Let us influence a noble! Jabal and Nabini have a nice conversation considering that they have known each other for a long time now. More support. And we got some intuition out of it. Nice. These little bakers have latched onto you. They eat like there's no tomorrow. But once you play the good guy, everyone expects you to keep it up. Before they eat you out of house and home, hurry to find them a way out. Today is a hopeful day. Every hungry mouth gets fed without hurting anything but your wallet. I can live with that. This is why I need the money. Gotta feed all the orphans. After 2 projects of collaboration, Mahir considers you her best partner and hopes to establish a closer, more stable, long-term relationship with you. Mahir has become your follower. She is not concerned with what deity you follow or what ideologies you hold. She is here because of you. In you, she finds a long-lost trust. Despite being a noble, she faced much scorn and ridicule for her obsession with crafts and tools. But you are different. You were willing to support her dreams, finance her endeavors, and most importantly, you believe in her. Reading can improve people. Lumera has sociability, and she is thoughtful. Whether nobles or commoners performing at the feast, singing or dancing, receiving praise and rewards is a dignified and honorable thing. Love it or hate it, it is a time for a check. We need 1 success for a reward. Greater than 1 success gives us greater rewards. A 5. I'll take it. 5 out of 7? Hell yeah, I'll take it. Ooh, silver intuition and money. Very nice. Thank you very much, Aziz. Oh god. And Zaki wants to talk to us. Okay. Nibani has fucked off again. That's fine. Who's Ekcorp? This young noble? He's not that big a deal. So no more Lady Becky for you. I think I might just send Lady Becky. We'll get some money. I love Lady Becky. He's a great cat. Midnight Visitor. Okay. What do the poor really need? Is something we have to do ourselves. I don't have the time, so we're just gonna do more money. I do have to do this myself. Nope, this one. Everyone come together is gonna be our wife, and in all. I know, she usually runs the household, but today she's gonna get a point of physique because she desperately needs it. I wish I could dine with them, but I cannot. I can't be in 2 places at once. So who's managing my estate today, you ask? Well, let's find out. First, Zeki. What do you need, dude? Zeki tells you that he accidentally found a letter. Ah, this is where the problem is. His father received before his death, revealing that his father had used his mother's family's money to keep a prostitute. The letter was written by his father's brother, from its contents, it seemed the father was very worried that the mother would be furious about this, even fearing for his life. Remembering the days before his father's death, the young man recalled his mother suddenly preparing strange herbal tea, the sudden visit and departure of his uncle, noises at night, and all of the father's guards being sent away. He knelt down and begged you to guide him. Oh, kid, this is not something you really need to be into. The lunchboxes look practical. You want Aziz more. Aziz has no objection to his master's decision that this will take a lot of time. Work like a devil. So we can make more if we wanted to. We've got 3 days to decide if we want to or not. I think I will be fine. The Sultan's prank is how to deal with Farduk. Or Fardak. We must go to the Sultan's court in person. We must use a card. We have 7 days to figure it out. It doesn't have to be this bloodshed card. Which I also have to do in person. You only have 3 charisma and not 5. Fair. Okay. Somebody can receive divine grace. We have the money for a blessing if we want it. Who's at the bookstore today? Emir? We have 2 support on this, old judge. And then there's always Mahir. So actually, we're gonna do this. Because this is what I have her for. We need to pull out an Aether. And we'll just make this an even 20 and be happy. There we go. We can do this twice before we have to get crazy about it. There's also this feast that we have to go ourselves with. And this is the one that gets us in trouble with Zeki. We cannot send his mother. We don't even have his mother as a follower right now. Because we've not done Visit from a Widow. Which we have to go ourselves. Yes, okay. Zephyr, fetch me a book. Please, and thank you. What is in here? Just these. I mean, the weapons could be useful, but I don't want to spend that much money. We still need to kill this guy. Which, that's something on purpose. We need to go there ourselves. Jawad can go to the bathhouse. That's fine. So now we have Aziz left. You have to do this yourself. That is the problem. It's like, this goes here, but I can't have Aziz do it for me. I can destroy him, but I can't have Aziz do it for me. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Raid just needs to be in too many places at once. And it's a little ridiculous. Okay. So we can enlighten Zeki personally. We can send our wife. Or we can send his mom. We're not sending his mom. That is a bad idea. We might want to send our wife on this one. Which we can do next turn. Rael is interesting. She's the eyes of a jackal prowling the wilderness, filled with unease and peril. No one has ever made her no submission, no one ever will. You may provide her with healing, herbal healing, or some coin. Certainly you may also attempt to using her to resolve a Sultan card. Not this one. She's not high enough level. I could give her coin, but I would much rather just give the healing herb. I think that would do better. I don't have to send anyone for this one. I can finish this right now. So it's coins or healing herb. Either way. Or water of life, for that matter. Water of life is the more powerful consumable. The healing herb is less powerful. Yeah, I think this might be the best for us. Here we go. Okay, midnight visitor taken care of. Who's in the guest house? Just the poets and the monk. Oh. You know, Jawad, maybe I will get you a poet. Here you go. Have a one-time use poet. There you go. You guys can go to the bathhouse together. Have a good time. There we go. I forget about the guest house all the time. All right. Too many fucking places to be. Disease is not cursed. I'll give him a blessing. I didn't really want to spend that much money, but let's do it. Let's get him some piety. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if we use the water of life, it works like a healing herb anyway, so we'll do this. And then this prisoner is just all that's left, and he's fine. I don't have any way of getting wine. I don't know where to find wine. I would use wine if I could. Alright, well, here we go. Habib proved his culinary skills. Look at these hopeless guys surrounding your kitchen. Were it not for you standing at the door, they'd have rushed in to grab the food already. You smile, signaling everyone that they can start eating. Maggie's delighted to try some. At the sight of the legendary, wise, and gentle lady, the residents of Dark Alley become reserved. Though Habib calmly and respectfully steps forward, serving Maggie a separate meal and pouring a glass of wine said to be from your territory. Habib's dishes truly conquered everyone's taste, including Maggie's. Afterwards, she advised Habib, telling him to manage your guest house. Undeterred, excitement floods Habib's face as he solemnly nods, vowing not to disappoint the lady's trust, to which the crowd cheerfully agrees, and both her and Inal get a point of physique for eating the meal, which is very good for them. Perhaps noticing the lady's recent bad mood, Habib is asking around about Maggie's favorite foods. Come to think of it, if you can use him to prepare some snacks Maggie likes, she might forget about your little tips. The peacock spread its feathers. With a touch of boastfulness, you enthusiastically describe Maggie's favorite dishes to Habib. Of course you're the one who knows her best. Habib listens intently, showing no sign of anything amiss. He asks you to wait and soon presents a dish that's perfect in flavor, aroma, and appearance. Habib even advises you to use his lunchbox to keep it warm for best results. Silently, you pick up the meal, feeling slightly annoyed, and head to find Maggie. After the meal, Maggie remains in good spirits all day, and any small grievances between you have evaporated. Ahem, you are not about to tell Maggie who cooked the dish. Aw, Habib, you're very sweet. Ah, the bathhouse. What do we learn in the bathhouse? Ooh, many good things. A silver something. Opportunity. Nice. And retainer fucks off. Did you have a good time, poet? I hope so. People are still willing to come to the house, and you have not dispatched anyone for managing the estate. Whoopsies. No income from our estate, palatial though it is. That was my bad. I meant to send somebody. I didn't. The nobles are bickering. The palace intrigues have made the Sultan weary, but Lady Becky comes home with some money. Because no one thought there was anything wrong with Lady Becky just wandering in. It's what she do. On the street, a peculiar man stops you and invites you to join a mysterious game. He tells you that if you successfully complete it, you will receive a rare treasure, and the game is very simple, with every step clearly written in this ancient manual. Do we join the challenge? Do we drive him away, or do we introduce him to the Sultan? You want us to join the challenge? I mean, we are pretty wise. Don't ever introduce him to the Sultan? Okay. Okay, join the challenge. We'll try it. You were born to challenge various games. You take the ancient scroll from his hand, follow the ritual steps one by one. First, extinguish all the lamps in your house on a moonless night. Close all the doors and windows with no light, no sound, facing the corner, and silently count 50 numbers. Then you feel a breeze touch the back of your hand, and you have to go. You need to find a place to hide and play hide and seek with the wind. You seem to hear the sound of a child's silver bell-like laughter. Has she come to find you? Or have you just been stolen from? We cannot get any value from it. Okay. We can ask somebody else amongst our people, though, I think. Book of the Wild. Cool. He's still fucked off. A late night noise suddenly fills the courtyard. Upon arrival, a slave girl wrestles with your guards, wrapped in ignited rags, with peculiar tattoos adorning her dusty, bruised skin. Her wild eyes echo exhaustion and defiance. But from where do these injuries stem from? Who's her master? Why sneak into your estate? Who is she? Who she is, her experience, what does it concern you? In your view now, she's simply a girl in need of help. Let her go. Waving a dismissive hand, you tuck in your chilled garments. Give her burn ointment. She'll need it. Breaking free, she gazes at you intently before vanishing into the night. You exhale softly, a mere interlude, and expect nothing of it. She does get 2 points of physique for the healing herbs. That will make sure she's buffer. Priests from the purest order use special holy words to exorcise spirits and bestow blessings, making the recipient more devout in their belief and the reverence of the Immaculate Purity. Because this is your first time visiting, the priests specifically instruct on what to do. Later, they will have you kneel on the pure white slate. As such a distinguished guest, you need only wait a moment, and their high priest Iman will come before you, handling you a sharp-edged, pure white stone. He will coldly brush aside his long white hair, allowing you to use the stone knife to cut open his back, sprinkled with gold powder and full of scars. In the baptism of blood and pain, he will reveal to you a pure saying. It is an inexplicable, bizarre accent, unlike human language. In an instant after listening, everything weighing you down, the curse, the filth, the impurity, will vanish as if washed away by running water. The holy blessing fills the body fully. Aziz has never felt so relieved. He gets blessed, and we get a gold die. I didn't know that's what that did. Now, I know. This is a bloodshed card of low tier. In fact, there's no need to focus on your own people. There may be a place in the city where you can kill without any burden, but it is a bit risky. The lost child Hamir is working for a miller. Aleem hopes you can visit him. It'd be much better than if a thief like him himself shows up. Okay. Our renown has gained, so on this day, someone invited you to watch an underground boxing match, promising it to be exciting. You have a premonition that this journey may bring special rewards. Oop, and all kinds of things are happening. We must execute the outspoken prisoner like ASAP. Maggie comes to you with her dowry female slave, Inal, hoping you can spare a few minutes of your time for this girl. Inal kneels and recounts a dream that has troubled her for a long while. In the dream, she stands inside a sturdy house, warm and safe. Then, suddenly, she realizes she is also in the wilderness, meaning she is in two places at once. There are wolves in the wilderness, and she knows they are approaching. So she wonders, if she opens the door to hide in the house, will she also bring in the wolves, endangering the one inside? Dreaming, she stands at the house's door, shivering until she wakes. How should one interpret this dream? Once you leave here, you'll be in danger, or you crave freedom even if it involves risks. We know that once you leave here, you'll be in danger makes her very loyal and unlikely to leave you. You crave freedom even if it involves risks will have a different outcome. We have not picked that one yet. Are we curious to find out where it leads, though, is the question. Chat, what should I do? Could be very interesting indeed, Trav. Alright. You crave freedom even if it involves risks. Intuition. You told her that in this dream, the self within a safe house represents the surface self, while the one in the wilderness symbolizes her subconscious. She clearly understands the current situation, ensures survival without worries, and outside is filled with survival risks, yet she still yearns for freedom. And all was frightened by your words, kneeling on the ground, repeatedly swearing she didn't want to leave your residence. She clung to your wife's leg, asking her to convince you together. It took some time before you calmed this loyal female slave down. Oh, sweetheart, it's all right. Jeez Louise, everybody wants to talk to me. I've got too much shit going on. This is bad. A plainly dressed man angrily blocks your path. You remember him as the young prisoner you rescued from jail for speaking against the Sultan. During this time out of prison, he has figured out the current situation. You have become a player of the Sultan's game. How can you do this? He appeared deeply disappointed. I never thought I was rescued by someone like you. I'd rather go back to prison and wait for the bloodshed card pointed at me. Ha! It's absurd. Well, shall we grant his wish? Shall we tell him we're not like the Sultan? Or go away, don't make me curse you. Like, fuck off, dude. Yeah, it's Quaeus. It's politer. I mean, do we want to throw him back in prison or curse him? We don't want to do either of those things. We just want him to not be angry about being alive. Like, dude, I just pulled your ass out of jail. I'm not like the Sultan. You patiently explained to him that you're not like the cruel Sultan. Moreover, it was because you criticized the Sultan that you ended up in this predicament. You are the same kind of person he is. But the young man's eyes are still full of vigilance and scrutiny. Really? Then you underestimate the power of this game. Let's see how low you will sink. This is all my money. Take it back. And we owe each other nothing. You look at the pitifully few gold coins he left behind and smile helplessly. I did not need your money, dude. I paid that money to the Sultan to get you out because I'm a nice person, not because I expected anything back. Dumbass. Better dead than living, a bathhouse date, a pugilist, the equipment merchant has refreshed. Anything else in here? No. Alright, it's all kind of perflucked. I need to deal with this bloodshed card, like, immediately. Alright. This feast is... duel with gladiators without using grudges. Honorable bloodshed actually allows us to break the bloodshed card without having to kill anyone. But it does mean that we cannot do this feast. I don't know if this feast will roll up again, so I'm gonna ignore it because I don't think it'll be a problem. This tax official is fine. Lady Becky can just go to court and make us money. Inal can actually go back to the estate. Yay for that. Before we forget. This, I actually think I'm going to ask Aziz. Because I think that will help. We're at 3 Inklings right now. We have not asked Aziz. We've asked a genius girl. This is a Maggie problem. Maggie, please fix this. This is appointment in person. Have to do this in fucking person? And it's gonna expire. Well, I'm not doing that because I need to not die. Maybe I just put everyone to sleep. Wouldn't that be hilarious? No, it's intuition or tactics. There we go. That'll be fine. Actually, let's trade with the Prosperous City while she does this. Could prove to be really great for us, actually. I have to send someone to settle the crowd. This is easy. That goes there. And this is about charisma. And physique. That's for the best. Okay. This we have to go ourselves. Or we can send a follower. Zephyr. Go talk to him. Yeah, I cannot do anything about that. The Sultan's prank, I would like to deal maybe with conquest or something, I don't know. Yeah. This is once more a problem that I have time to deal with. The book hunt I don't care about. We have basically gone through all the books, so the bookstore is now just a date location. You can stay fucked off. What's in here? Ooh, this is back. I want this. Just because I think it's hilarious. I wish I'd gotten it earlier. I did see it earlier, but it's fine. We need to go personally. I think that's really it. Habib, I don't know what to do with you. If you offer appropriate inspiration or excellent ingredients, the skillful chef will gladly prepare a feast for you. Alright, we don't have a feast we need because we still have a bit of his last feast, but this is how we turn books into things. I do need to figure out what to do with these urchins. These children are gentle and obedient. Perhaps you can recommend them to the court. The nobles prefer flawed slaves. They tend to be more dependent on their masters. Every day, by putting children into meetings, you can come up with an idea for their placement. If you don't like the current idea, leave it alone and wait for the next one. So we could make the street urchins the slaves and nobles. I don't like that. That one we can, it could just fuck off. Okay. So there's that. I was actually trying to find something for Habib to do. Oh, we can do this again. Give it to Jabal. Here, Jabal. I don't know if he'll take it, but that's what we have. What does this do? Nothing. Okay. What does this do? Reassess your piety. Where did that go? Ah, there it is. Ah, I see. I don't have that, so it will just come back to my hand. Alright. What does this do? Okay. What does this do? Okay. So I haven't figured out how to necessarily deal with those. What else? What else? What else? Oh, this goes to Lumera once she's out. We could turn the gold bird into a gold dye thing, but we'd always have to have somebody babysit it, so that's kind of why I've not done that. We can, however, throw an opportunity in and see what happens. Royal Library. Requires wisdom. Habib has some amount of wisdom. We can give him a bit more and see what happens. There. Now he has something to do. Okay. Hey, Mr. Scrake. Welcome in. It's useful to have spare treasure in case we need one. They're not easy to get on short notice. That is the truth. Alright, this board is cluttered. I've got too much shit going on. Zaki sat there silently, like a drenched chick, looking somewhat despondent. He was in urgent need of someone to help and guide him, yet the mother he once trusted most was now mired in deep suspicion. Should you summon Fatuna to confront him or let Maggie comfort Zaki, who always had a way? You left it to Maggie. Thank goodness. Maggie read the letters seriously, and after a long silence, she looked up at the child, who was nervously sitting aside, waiting for an answer. He clutched the cloth on his knees tightly, bit his lip, and frequently looked out the window with eyes full of unease and anxiety. Maggie sighed softly, knowing that the person the child was looking for was you, the person he trusted and admired, yet you were absent for some reason in this crucial conversation for him. Maggie knew that what she said to Zaki would not carry as much weight as your words, which made her feel heavy pressure, but she wouldn't back down. She put the letter down and gently asked Zaki, "Do you think your mother was wrong? You think your mother was wrong, don't you? She killed a man who shouldn't have died." His eyes seemed to see into the deepest parts of the human hearts. Let me try that again. Her eyes seemed to see into the deepest parts of human hearts. Zaki was silent for a moment, then looked away. Father indeed had an affair, but if it were you, if my teacher made such a mistake, would you kill him? Maggie thought seriously for a moment. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. But if I were in Fatuna's situation, I would certainly make the same choice. The biggest difference between me and her is that I do not have a child. Zaki, your mother had to do this because she had to protect you. Protect me? Zaki looked up in surprise. Yes, if we had an actual affair where it was not like we have to deal with this fucking card situation, she might kill us. She's a badass. We would let her because she's a goddess, but like, we are not out there running around with people just for shits and giggles like Zaki's father was. Yeah, no kidding. I just haven't started that quest, actually. Maggie nodded. The letter makes it very clear, doesn't it? Your father had a child outside. It goes without saying that if this continued, he would slowly drain your mother's property, and bit by bit take away your future. Human hearts are greedy, Zaki. When that day comes, who would protect you? Would you rely on your father blinded by lust, or beg that woman who schemes for wealth? Zaki opened his mouth. You are saying my mother killed for me, all because of me. But I didn't do anything. He couldn't accept this result. He came to seek justice, but now this heavy blame fell on his shoulders. Was he a mistake from birth? If he hadn't been born, neither his father would have died, nor his mother would carry this burden of life. What should he do to uphold the weighty word justice? He bent his back, nearly breaking down as he covered his face. At this moment, his reluctance and struggle against patricide faded. What he felt was a kind of unprecedented confusion and fear, as if the inner world... parricide. If the inner world he built cracked open a huge chasm in an instant, a gentle touch would shatter it to ashes. Maggie didn't know that he had thought so much in an instant. She just softly patted the boy's back. I'm not blaming you, Zaki. You're a good child, just young. Time will tell you the answer. Give yourself some time and give your mother some time, okay? And Zaki, at a loss, could only nod haphazardly and then left in a daze. After that, for a period of time, he seldom came to you. You could feel that he no longer admired or relied on you as he did before. Perhaps some things in the boy's heart were permanently rewritten. Perhaps this was the path of growth. So, his physique got stronger, but he is no longer, has a bond of fate with us, because we didn't go ourselves, because we needed to be in too many places at once. PP, thank you for the lurk. I hope you're enjoying the drugs. She's currently streaming Schedule 1 right now, so... if you are not following her, do so. She's amazing. The guest house is bustling with people. Many who aren't even here to help have blended into the meal line, wanting to taste Habib's cooking. Very soon, the anxious crowd will drag them out of line, and a quarrel quickly escalates. A brawl is imminent. You let Habib bring out a double portion of food, also warning everyone not to queue. Causing trouble meant putting an empty bowl. Thus, in the aroma of the food, everyone forgot their prior anger and rage. Jawad got a bit of strength from that as well, so maybe he's not completely useless. People are still willing to come to the house and help us make money. Thank goodness, we need all the money we can get all the time. Whew! We established contact with the newly discovered prosperous city. The merchants you and Manal met are happy to do some small business with you. Increasingly, we are obsessed with our guards. We sent a cat to the palace. We got information. The Sultan becomes ever more weary. But Lady Becky gets paid just for showing up because he is such a good cat. Such a beautiful cat. Such a perfect little helper. We pose the question to Aziz, wanting to hear his perspective. He pauses and tells you to help the poor, the best solution is to elevate their status. The poor are impoverished because what they deserve is taken by the rich. If the gap between statuses is closed, the poor will naturally reclaim what is theirs. Perhaps so. This perspective ripples in your mind. He's still running around having fun. Here there are no innocence, no mercy, or blame. You can complete the Sultan's killing game and everyone will cheer. We need at least one success to here, and we're gonna get 6 out of 9, so I think we're good. You broke the Sultan's card in a pool of blood. At least this time, it wasn't you who died. And we got some combat, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Alim has found Hamir. Would you like to see him? It seems that he really is working as an apprentice at the mill. This is a childless couple whose ancestors were nobles, but by this generation they only have this mill left. They don't recognize you, but Hamir proudly shares the story of how he once stole from your home. The miller's face darkens slightly. It's clear they've been raising Hamir like their own son, and no one wants their heir to be a thief, do they? You quickly cut off his rambling, pulling out a shiny gold coin and insisting on buying flour milled by Hamir himself. The boy reluctantly heads off to work. Later, as Alim drops noodles into the hodgepodge soup, his tears fall into the pot. The boy's finally on the right path, he mutters. I couldn't be happier. Aww. I can't agree with Aziz. It may help somewhat in the short term, but I can guarantee that it'd fall apart quickly. You just might end up with different people at the top. Yeah, basically that. Humans are humans. You missed today's match, but you can watch next time. So the pugilists will come back up. Thank goodness. These children are gentle and obedient. Perhaps you could recommend them to the court. The nobles prefer flawed slaves. They tend to become more dependent on their masters. Better to be a normal dog than a castrated one. Life in the palace, no matter how dignified, is not enviable. All men get castrated, as for women, it's not much different from being castrated. You think this life is worse than being a beggar. Think again. Think of another way. How should we handle this? This is our shared trophy. You've already used it to break your conquest card. Now you decide to give it to a fellow warrior who fought by your side. Jabal seems delighted. Clearly he likes the head. To be honest, he says, I've already prepared a marble wall in my house just for this wolf head. He gets support and combat from you giving him the trophy. We could have done this ages ago. Ouch, you felt that? Yeah, exactly. The Royal Library stores numerous files and records. As long as their value remains unrecognized, you can explore to your heart's content. So, we need at least one success. If we get all 3 successes, we get better rewards. We got at least 1 success. Do I re-roll to see if I can get better? I'm gonna re-roll. I got 2 this time. Yay! Still just a stone omen, but it's fine. It's more omens than I had prior. Alright. So we've got more crazy shit going on. Perhaps to ask you not to drive her away or to prove her value, and all served you a plate of ruby-like pomegranates syrup with crushed ice from the ice house. She mixed the ice into the syrup and then kneeled to present it to you. With one bite, the sweet scent of pomegranate permeated your heart. With your praise, she withdrew happily, seemingly no longer bothered by the dream. After Inal left, your wife told you Inal was a houseborn slave, born at her home, enslaved since her grandparents' generation, never experiencing the life of a free person or considering buying her freedom. A simple-minded girl, great at cooking, a bit too talkative, but has always served well. You nod, a strange thought causing some slight unease, but now that's the best you can do. So basically, no matter how you decide, it ends up in the same place. Either she is begging to ensure that she stays, or she is, giving you a treat because you value her. It doesn't really matter. But she does want to talk to you. Okay. Let's see what card we roll up next, shall we? Oh, easy. Okay. Here is the progress. We have survived for a little over a month, 33 days. We have 16 out of 28 cards left. So we're somewhere around half. We're weighted heavily towards carnality and conquest at this point. Bloodshed and extravagance has kind of thinned themselves out. This gold one is still a problem. We can deal with the gold carnality with our wife. Gold conquest is a problem. Yeah, this is where we're at. And then we have many things to do. Alright. And people to talk to. Who wants to talk to us? Okay. This also gives physique. Cool. Okay. Hungry Mouths happens regardless. The grand game, Arumina is here. She actually does support us. So if we just send the cat, we'll make some money and we'll have extra information. So that's fine. What do the poor really need? I would like to send ourselves, but we might need to be somewhere else. We can send someone with sociability and charisma, which is basically our wife, to this one. We do need to deal with this, but we've got time. This will re-roll. That doesn't matter. Ritual assistant. Piety will manifest in one person. And every person involved needs charisma 5+. Kind of annoying. There's gang conflict. We picked the jackals last time. I would kind of like to pick Rael this time, and I don't know how that works. It's like... did not do this one correctly. I got 3 days to figure this out. We can, however, double our money, so we're going to. Luna is very good. Do I want Aziz to be stuck making stone lynch boxes for a week? That is the question. I don't know. Book hunt I'm not gonna worry about. Kinda need to start Haunted Mansion. I've never done it before. Alright, Zaki, what's up, dude? Zaki came to visit you this morning with excitement all over his face, telling you that he heard people talking about you everywhere in the tavern, in the palace, in the bathhouse, everywhere. So what? You casually told him. Only words from truly valuable and meaningful people are worth listening to. Listening to your words, his face suddenly turned red. His embarrassed look stirred something in your heart, and a bold thought entered your mind. Should you take the time to invite him to the bathhouse? He admires you so much. You could have some deeper communication. Do we invite him, or is this inappropriate? Granted, the bathhouse is not the brothel. Make sure that someone who goes to the mansion has decent magic. Yeah, but that's not us. That's Lumera. She's not available right now. Ghosts. Yeah, of course it's ghosts. Of course it's ghosts. The mansion is haunted. I've just never done the mansion quest yet. I keep thinking... because it doesn't... it doesn't disappear, so... it doesn't expire, so it's fine. But we need to focus on this event. Do we invite him to the bathhouse, or do we go, maybe not? What's the worst that will happen? I don't know. A mark of passion? We'll invite him. Let's find out what happens. And we get an event. Okay. Zaki agreed immediately, but after a moment he realized what your invitation meant. His face turned bright red, and the carpet under his buttocks felt like it was on fire, making him unable to sit still. He quickly bid you farewell, not daring to look at you, and left. Such a lovely young man. You laughed with pride. Oh dear. That's not what I was hoping for. You can break a carnality card if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay, what does Anal want? Anal comes home in a panic, telling you she saw the wolf of her dream. It happened while she was at the market buying ingredients, but picking a fat duck. A duck must have plump wings underneath to be tasty, and then I opened the wings to inspect, but... Oh, sorry, Master, I digress. Then he appeared. He looked like a wolf. His eyes were glowing green. He stared at me and asked whose family I belonged to. I was terrified. I dropped the duck and ran home. Thankfully, I hadn't paid for it yet. I brought back all the money. Oh, Master, what should I do? Things from dreams are coming out. She gesticulates frantically, tears on her face, visibly panicked. And just as you consider how to comfort her, you notice the large slave, Aziz, seems to be quietly eavesdropping from outside the courtyard. So, watching Anal's tear-streaked face, you suddenly realize she's quite the beauty. Aziz seems to have something to say. Do we call Maggie to comfort her, or do we distract her? We could have had one of those by now from the time your trainee to the bathhouse event. We took him to court instead. Yeah, because we do have to, like, go, see what his mother is... whether his mother is happy or not about what's been done. There are too many places that I need Raid to be, and it's just a problem. Raid is the protagonist. He is, like, default name Arzu, but we've named him Raid. So, for this run, for run number 3, he's Raid. This is our protagonist right here. So what do? Do we find a crying Anal pretty? Because we're now apparently a male slut. Do we feel like we should discuss things with Aziz to, you know, keep an eye on things? Do we call Maggie to comfort her, or do we distract her? Because, you know, we're not a dick. We just want her to feel better. Aziz and him do get their upgrades together. I ship them. I ship them too. I think Aziz and Anal getting together would be very cute. All right, let's see what Aziz has to say. You call Aziz over. Without needing to say a word, Aziz seems to naturally understand what needs to be done. His massive figure follows behind Anal, matching her pace like a gentle giant dog. You can't hear their whispered conversation, but from afar you notice Anal's expression relaxes significantly. Aww. Those two would be so cute. And ultimately, if we bless them to be together, then they will have children, and their children will become, you know, the servants of our children, etc. and so on. Like, this is all good for us. Plague! Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you are doing better today. Okay. So all of that is taken care of. And all can go back to this. We will continue with our trade, because it does happy things. We've had this. I would... Where do I have to be? In person right now. Can I get away with... Okay, Aziz. I'm gonna lose you for like a week, and I'm sorry. Jeez Louise. Do I care about getting you back? No, not really. Can I afford this? This is really... My wife is gonna have to deal with that. So... I actually do need to go here, though. Like, in person. So, I might as well get that done. Ripples in the bathhouse I have to do. So, this... We've done that already. We've done this twice, and it did not work out for us. I would like to do that, but maybe I will talk to Zephyr this time. He will have a different answer. He doesn't have a lot of wisdom, though, is the problem. Well, it is what it is. Okay. Who's in the guest house? All stone levels. So, combat, stealth, wisdom, survival, ×2, stealth and magic. Okay, actually... I keep forgetting to check the guest house. Zephyr, get a scholar to go with you, please. Excellent. And then do this. Thank you. At least you'll have 2 wisdom. No. How many people with... That's 4. That's 3. Part of that charisma is from this. She has 7. Part of her charisma is from this. And this. Okay. This also gives charisma. Okay. Alright, so what is the issue here? Most are freemen with memorable meritorious service and able to be easily expelled, but also incapable of making a proper living. Now it seems their numbers have grown large enough to affect the capital's security. This report suggests that we should allocate a budget to settle these old soldiers, but it is quite the sum of money. So, if we convince Abdul to approve it, then veterans will get money to resolve their living situation after their meritorious efforts under the Sultan's command. If we agree with Abdul's opinion and veto it, then they get nothing and this could be bad. We could kill Abdul, of course, but I think we're just gonna send Maggie to convince him, because we're not dicks. I think I need... inside information, actually. No, that's not charisma and sociability. It's wisdom and sociability. What's charisma and sociability is omen? No. Intuition, actually. No, that's just wisdom. Mystique? Guess we're going hard on charisma. Okay. That is that. I have the Sultan's Prank to deal with still, and I still have this Bloodshed card, which I could trade. I would need to, if I drag it into Methinks, I would need to do that personally. And I have too many things I need to do personally to begin with. Like this. Survival and wisdom? Yeah, this does not matter to me. Okay, so it says invest in the group power you wish. I would like the mud crawlers. I ended up with the jackals last time. But I want Rael. Dominates Dark Alley needs spokesperson Alley, Jackals, traditional power Rael. A barbarian appears with a band. Support whom? Is this a add all three to get, or is this a depending on what you give situation? I'm not entirely certain what this contested event, how it works. So, Trav, can you do some research on this? I would like to have Rael. I ended up with the jackals last time. I was pretty sure I put everything in, like, is it throw things at the side you want to support, or is it throw things at the side you want dead? I'm not entirely certain. Yes, if we kill Abdul, it's a gold bloodshed, and he's not going to cause us trouble with any of these things again. Win-win. Yes, but I have to roll the gold bloodshed first. Kind of not pushing for that. I just need to know how this contested event works. You put who you support on whichever side you support. Plague Doctor, are you certain? Have you done this? Because I was pretty sure I got it backwards last time, and I want to make sure I've got it correctly. Already have, and no real info, but she's on the Mudcrawler side, and we should try to add us to that side. Okay, so if I put in support on this side, assuming it will wipe out the jackals. If I put support under her, the jackals die. Yes? Okay. Tactics. Who's the best at combat? Not you. Not you. Not, none of my combat people are here. They're all elsewhere. Well, that's annoying. I don't have to do this today. We will not do this today. Okay. And also, do you know where to get wine, Plague? One of my operatives in Warhammer Darktide has been named after you, so be proud that you are serving the God Emperor. For your information. I mean, thank you? I didn't expect to end up in your Warhammer game. I didn't know you could rename troops, so... or operatives, I should say. So, I hope that I don't die very quickly, and I hope that I am useful to your endeavors as the God Emperor, Plague. Congratulations. Oh. Jawad, go be useful somewhere. Please. Or should I send Zaki? Yeah, Zaki's way better. Since I'm not doing anything with him directly at this moment. I don't have to put everyone everywhere. It's just useful to have more people do things. Wisdom and survivability? Neither of these guys. But you have to pay for the book hunt. I don't need the book that bad. I'm waiting for Conquest and Extravagance cards to roll up, and I just keep getting these stupid bloodshed things. Magician is really making her ire known. Oh, you have died many times, and I am not the God Emperor. I am in his service. Basically, Darktide is a horde shooter similar to Deep Rock Galactic, and there are 4 classes, and you can have 4 operatives, each being of that class. I see. So, I am your zealot, and I have died many times in the name of the God Emperor, and I have been passed down like a title, huh? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I can handle being a title. I would never let my Plague Doctor May die. You're pretty good with the chainsword? Nice. Nice. I'm glad to be good with a chainsword. But, maybe try to get me killed last Plague. Like, respect my, deityhood. Jeez Louise. Since you worship me so much. Mr. Scrake knows what it's about. Make me the biggest badass. And then it is all good. But, all jokes and, pretending to have somewhat of an ego aside, I guess this is where we leave this day, and we hope that tomorrow is not crazy. I have too many places to be as the protagonist specifically, and not enough places for everybody else to go. Clearly, because I've got 2 guys that are usually useful having no place to go, and an outspoken prisoner who is still alive. Still alive. I have yet to end this man's. But I have no evidence, so it's fine. Suppose I could... No, I don't have enough money for blessings either. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, well, we end the day. I mean, I would prefer to die in my sleep, personally, Blake, but, you know. For the cause, I guess. Lady Fatuna has heard that you are the cause for her son's changes. She comes for a visit. She thinks you are a fine mentor. The woman places all her hopes on her son. Now with you at his side, she is at peace. The family will have a bright future. She wagers everything on you. Well, what is happening in the bathhouse? What information do we get? We got a silver something. A silver secret. Ooh, fancy. During your conversation, you learned about things, and that's good. As the Sultan conquered again and again, what returned to the capital was not only the mighty king's army with its lavish trophies, but also the veterans with missing arms, broken legs, blinded and disfigured eyes. Most are free men with meritorious service, unable to be easily expelled, but also incapable of making a proper living. Now it seems their numbers have grown enough to affect the capital's security. This report suggests that we should allocate a budget to settle these old soldiers, but it is quite a sum of money. You try to persuade. We've got 13 die. We need at least 3 successes. The higher the successes, the better off we go. We got 8. That's not bad. We could re-roll for possibility of more, but I think 8 is pretty okay. I'm gonna go with 8. You persuaded the vizier. You struggled to persuade the vizier, quoting many moving military poems, heroic biographies, and even divine doctrines. But you're not quite sure if it was for the old soldiers or your reputation in the army. But eventually, the result is good. More fiscal debt, but the army's approval. I'm not entirely certain what fiscal debt is, because I don't get this card in my inventory, so I can't even click on it to find out what it does. I may be causing the Sultan to go bankrupt. We'll see. Let's see how much money I make on my estate today. Ooh, not a lot of money. It's still some money, but it's not a lot of money. But we got extra money because our estate is awesome. And we established a contact with the newly discovered prosperous city, so we earned even more money. So, and noteworthy stuff has happened. Friss Besson, welcome in. You'll know what it does if you become Vizier. Yeah, because then it'll be my problem. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mayrin Altheatover, aka May. Please feel free to call me May. And we're playing Sultan's game because I'm in love with this game. I'm bad at it, but I'm in love with this game. And even with the sometimes janky translations from its original Chinese, it's very sumptuous. So, yeah, settle in. I am a lurk-friendly stream, so if you do not want to interact with me, it's optional. If you don't want to follow and subscribe, also optional. But I hope that you'll stick around and become a new friend of ours. That would be great. And feel free to let me know what you would like to be called and what your pronouns are. If you're a new friend, I'd love to be respectful of you as well in turn, because we're all happy people here. Or at least we try. But yeah. Hello, May. You're doing your run on PC as well? Awesome. I'm so glad. Thank you for supporting the game. Not that I am part of the game team or anything like that. I am tragically American as can be, but I'm in love with the game, so we're playing it because I'm enjoying it. It's what we do here. We play games with story, and this one has a deep, deep story. So, that's me. There's the pitch. Anyway. Oh boy, the Sultan is having dreams now. This is gonna get wild. The Sultan had a strange dream that left him unsettled. He asked you to interpret the dream for him. In the dream, the Sultan saw a beautiful woman standing on the edge of a cliff. As he approached her, she began to slowly jump off the cliff, and he ran to see her shattered body below. Then, he suddenly saw the woman standing next to him again, jumping off the cliff and shattering once more. This scene repeated countless times until he finally woke up. Do we tell him this is a good omen? Do we tell him that this is a bad omen? Or do we tell him that he's been working far too hard for this country and he needs to chill the fuck out? That's all the dream is telling him. He just is working too hard. Chat, this is, for those of you who are new, this is where you guys get to tell me which one to pick. If you've been here long enough, you've earned some channel points. The channel points will give you options to either force me to make the decision on my own, you rascals. I'm so disappointed if you do this, but, you know, in an affectionate, loving way. And, or you can decide to become the ruler of the vote yourself and let me know which one you want me to do, to force my hand. Or you can just give your opinion and we'll go with whatever's the most popular amongst the people who answer me. So that's how that works. You don't have to spend the channel points on it, but there are options in case you feel passionately about something, or in case you just want to be mean to me, which is fair. I put that option there on purpose, just so you can be whatever sort of affectionate mean you want to be. Anyway, yeah, what do we do? I've actually not, well, I actually think I've seen this event before, but it may have been in the demo, which I did not stream playing. I played the demo before it came out fully, so, it's a great omen. Someone else is doing all the dying and he gets to watch. He loves that kind of thing. He does. He kind of does. I mean, he's clearly not concerned about the woman jumping off the cliff over and over again. I actually think this may be a reference to the prologue. Oh, we told him it was a bad omen and he paid us in cash. Nice. Maybe I want the cash. I'm kind of sort of broke right now. We never have enough money. And we've got orphans to feed, man. Our boss needs therapy. Yeah, the Sultan absolutely needs therapy. But who would ever tell him that he is full of crazy and survive it? Let's be honest. Sure. I'll tell him it's a good omen. Let's see what happens. Countless people fell to their deaths before the Sultan, yet the Sultan remained unharmed. Isn't this a good omen? This dream indicates that no matter how dangerous the situation, the great monarch will always turn peril into safety. Hearing your explanation, the Sultan nods thoughtfully. The ministers breathe a sigh of relief. Thankfully, we're here, or else who could have resolved the tyrant's wrath? We gained influence from that. Very good for us. You'll notice, first person, that I don't read everything anymore because it comes up every freaking turn that we just kind of gloss over it and go on. So, we went to court. And we got inside information because there was more support than opposition, which is the extra, for having that. The intrigue makes him weary. I don't know what number he's on yet. It's not quite 7. And Lady Becky is the one I sent, so she gets gold. Or I should say, he gets gold just for showing up. Because, you know, he's a damn pretty cat. I love Lady Becky. He's my favorite card in the game. It took fate points to get this cat, and I love him. Yes, the cat is a male cat. A male kitten, to be specific. Titled Lady Becky, because an ancestor of his was a female cat that earned the title Lady Becky. So, now one descendant of each litter is Lady Becky. It's so good. I love it. Yes, thinking alone won't give us the answer of what the poor really need. Unfortunately, nothing new for this perspective. Dang it. And the retainer is lost. Alright, well, Zephyr, you were not helpful. Nabani's still fucked off, because I can't be bothered to send anyone after him, and I don't know how to get wine. Yep, that's okay. I skip repetitive text on PC as well. By the way, you can call me Friss. Okay. And pronouns, if you'd like to offer, just so that I do not mislabel you, because, you know, I did that for for somebody, and I felt really bad when they're like, actually, I'm a he, him, and I was like, oh, fuck. Why did I think you were a girl? I don't know. She, her? Well, I'm a she, her too, so welcome to the crew. Nice to meet you. It's been lovely. Let's see here. Dog racing. Yay. Let's see if we can't double our money with Luna again, because she's the most well-statted and therefore the easiest to get at least one success. Off she goes from the starting line. Does she pull ahead of the pack? Oh, heck yeah, she does. Let's go. Does she win? And yep, she wins. So much money. Now I'm not broke anymore. But we did have to pay money for the beggars to eat. It's a hopeful day. They all ate. It's very good. Alright, what craziness do I have now? Once calmed, Inal recounts her wolf encounter before a market visit. A man complimented her beauty before aggressively taking liberties, resorting to force before recognized by her supplier, a butcher, rescuer in need. Fearful, she fled home under threat. The man's origins unknown, revisitation looming unnervingly. So, clearly this could have been translated a little more sumptuously, but we get the idea. She was accosted in the marketplace by this like she said, a green-eyed man. So do we send someone to guard her at all times, aka Aziz, if we can get it? Which I think she got molested in the marketplace because Aziz is busy making lunchboxes. Or do we hire someone to investigate that man to find out who the fuck this guy is messing with our servants and what we can do about him? What do we think, chat? Investigate? I mean, if we find out who the heck is messing with our people, we might be able to deal with him a little bit more permanently, and I do have a stone bloodshed card in my hand. Alright, let's go. You decide to find someone to investigate this scoundrel's whereabouts, looking for an opportunity to teach him a lesson he'll never forget. Oh, hey, Ferris. You and Ferris have become good friends, frequently meeting in the small bedding rooms for dogs, with Luna pampered by 2 attendants, tenderly resting her head on Ferris's lap. Noticing your glances of envy, he laughs, giving you a puppy whistle and teaching you techniques to bond with dogs. Interested in raising one yourself? With a puppy, you'll know how wonderful they are. Oh, darling. While rubbing Luna's face, he gives it many kisses. You dread thinking of yourself ending up that way one day. Happens faster than you think. The dog track is about to host a higher standard of gambling, reserved only for the most lavish and bold guests. The game requires larger bets, and why not try using the prestigious Sultan card? Of course, I mean the extravagance card. Hearing of an elite race and tougher canine competition, Ferris confidently pats your shoulder while holding on to Luna. Hey, my Luna will surely win. You're not smart enough if you don't bet on her. Ugh, this is gonna go badly. And the undertow has happened. The news that you and Manal have discovered a prosperous city in the distance is already widely known, and gazes full of conquest have turned towards it. Once again, too many places to be, not enough. Oh my god, so many things going on. And my wife. And my wife! Ah! No. Well, this we can ignore. This, the cursed this time, we can ignore you if we want to. That we don't care about. She just, we can now give her conviction. Okay. That's easy. We have this one. There we go. Fixed it. We might have to send somebody for this one. The puppy whistle gives an equipment slot for a pet to someone who already doesn't have it. The only person who has it amongst my crew is Aziz, who is currently making more stone lunchboxes. And all. Who's at the palace? Adil is at the palace? He's not that big a deal. Becky. Go get him. We can get the rent. We can also buy good things. Physique charisma, a good charisma ring. This weirdly interesting sword. We have money. We don't really have anything to sell. Palia just crashed on you, Winter Fairy. Yeah, I mean, the update just came out. I'm just hoping that it stabilizes within enough time to do Palia Friday as per normal. So we can go have fun with the new stuff. But, yeah. I think you guys may have to not be part of the problem. The problem is everybody and their uncle is trying to get on the servers to play the new update. And maybe just wait it out a few days so that they can get a handle on it. Those people who get too frustrated about the first day, you know, loading and crashing issues are gonna just stop showing up. But like, we just give it a couple of days for the servers to like equalize the load from the people who would just get too frustrated and go, fuck off. And that's fine. So I think I'm hoping that they stabilize enough for Palia, because otherwise I'm gonna have to figure out what to do on Friday. Do the quest before you forge too much, because you can't do some things yet. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that, Trav. You know me, I do like to follow the quests, so. Do I buy things? I mean, I do need more charisma stuff, so maybe I buy both of those things. And then, technically, it's 4 less. So technically I'm getting this amulet for like 1, because I pay him 5 gold coins, but he pays me 4 gold coins for his lease. So, we'll do that. This will resolve immediately. Got. paid. Fantastic. Our wife is... She has not been unhappy. We have to go to this personally. If we don't go to this personally... I don't have an extravagance card. I could pull one. But I know what this does. I don't like this event. It's very mean. Zephyr. Oh. It has to be a noble. Zeki, find out what happened. Find it. My wife is indisposed. Unfortunately. Alright, who needs the charisma? Let's give you this for now. This is fine. Zephyr has no charisma? I have so much charisma. I might save the ring for a different day. For a different person. Okay. I have only 4 inklings on this, and I have 4 more days before I have to be done with this. And I've done this twice and only gained an inkling once. I've done this once and gained an inkling. I've done this twice, or 3 times, gotten 2 inklings out of that. Zephyr was not very helpful. I'm scared to do Habib here because I think it will not be very helpful. Because I think it matters what level they were, and I did Anal and Aziz, so I really don't have another follower of a different tier. So I think I either have to go to this or this. And my wife is more important. Let's be honest, my wife is more important. She's just more important, period. You're gonna resolve regardless because you're just fucked off. So I only have Habib and Zephyr, and I have no one to go to the bathhouse. Well, I mean, either of them could go, because I have the VIP pass, but neither of them are set up to go to the bathhouse, so we'll just not worry about it. Who is at... the bookstore is not someplace we can go to anymore. And this is going to resolve. The only way to actively preemptive this is to use a conquest card, which we don't have. I could pull one. So this is where I'm at. We're weighted towards carnality and conquest cards, honestly, because she keeps throwing me bloodshed cards like no tomorrow. And a silver conquest card would be fantastic right now. Not the gold one. The gold one won't suit. But, like, I have not a very good chance at getting silver conquest. I have a far better chance of getting some sort of cardality. Honestly. RNG is never with us. Yeah, servers never handle launch day well. And every single freaking time, this, like, it doesn't matter the game. It doesn't matter if they're a AAA studio with all the freaking money in the world to get their servers up and running. Launch day on day 1 is always kind of a beast, and you just give it a week. Those people who had a bad time experiencing launch day and decide not to go back, go away, and then things get more reasonable from there. Like, it's fine. Anyway. Do I trade this bloodshed card? Do I pull other cards in hopes that I get the conquest I want? What are we doing here, chat? I would like to not... I would like to be preemptive about this, because the The Oasis is gone. If we are involved in the conquest, then the Oasis may not be utterly, or, you know, then the Prosperous City may not be utterly destroyed. Just saying. Or we could just leave it be, I suppose. We don't have quite enough notoriety to upgrade the guest house yet. We have a lot of renown and a lot of influence and very low infamy because I'm trying not to gain it, and not nearly enough insight for the gods to help us. And horse betting is rolled up too. I guess Zephyr is going to the horses. Not that one. Jasmine is a beast. And we need survival. We have Silver Omen. Okay. That will be good. Because if I get an extravagance, I can do things. Draw a card, provided you have a redraw spare. I do. I have not used my redraw in a while. So, let's find out what else we get. Motherfucker, I don't need another bloodshed card. What did Beck? Are you effing killing me? Well, that might be the game, because this is not high enough for this conquest card, and I cannot trade it. But you say that, but like I feel bad. There's nothing I can do about it now. Well, I don't think I will get anything out of this. It's fine. I just like the Dagger of Purity, so here we go. Yep, this is where we're at. She is hating me today. Well, let's end the day and see what happens. Her child is everything to her. Your excellent tutelage of her child has led her to offer you her friendship. The world will devour you. The Sultan is accustomed to preying on the weak, so everyone follows his example. Fortuna nods gloomily. She knows that only by staying close to you can she continue her survival. No matter where you go, she can only follow. So she becomes a follower, her opposition is deleted, her support is done. And we've given her some conviction. Fear of the Sultan. People come by. We make money. We make the good money. It's only 5, but that's okay. It's good money. We sent a cat to court. The nobles are bickering. The Sultan wearies. Lady Becky rewarded. Because Lady Becky. Oh yeah. But there might be benefits to being the person who goes. Just saying, Trav. We've not figured it out. I was hoping to find out, but apparently not. The poor need help. We don't get anything from Habib's point of view. Navini is still fucked off. We send Zephyr to compete against the writer. We need at least 3 successes to win. We have 10 dice to do it. Let's go. Yeah, we win. Sending people on those, yeah. infamy and the explorer breaks. Well, okay. Well, we didn't do anything, but we did double our money on horse betting. Congrats to us. Who dared to harass your slave girl? You're determined to root him out and make him pay for this. You leverage some connections and finally learn about this person. His family's standing at court is far beneath yours, and he has a roguish look, but considers himself as charming as Nabani. What a joke. Since he dared make a move on your slave, you, the chosen one of the Sultan's game, will not let it go. What happens to him next is up to you. The cocksure noble has arrived, and Zaki's sociability has gone up. Nice. That was good for him. One day, you find Maggie lounging on a pile of soft cushions, reading while munching on a dish of candied fruit you've never seen. No sooner do you show your curiosity than she hands you a piece with a smile. Want to taste? But this is something good for women, Maggie says, smiling. The chef you hired made it for me, saying it's beneficial for a woman's body. You accept the candied fruit, inspecting it closely. It looks like a peach pit filled with spices, then cured with honey. Imagining it seems quite the effort. Incredible that Habib would make it amid his other responsibilities. Tastes good, doesn't it? Maggie leans against you. I'll ask him if there's one for men. Otherwise, you'll just be craving and pretending not to. Maggie giggles, covering her mouth while you lower your head. Her lips are still sweeter. Ah, see? It's not the benefits of the ingredients. It's the benefits of intriguing the husband to the wife. Habib knows his shit. I like him. A few days later, at Maggie's behest, Habib indeed brought you a jar of candied preserves said to be for men specifically. He said this was a traditional food the desert scouts eat before departure, allowing for quicker movement and swifter agility. Ooh, and I bet you we can use this to get stats. Nice. Higher stakes gambling, open to the most lavish and bold guests. The owner of each racing dot has made ample preparations, striving for victory in the race. And we did not go. A maid takes a great risk to ask for your help. The mistress of her lord, a tax collector, went back to her hometown with her child some time ago and never returned. After a brief investigation, her hometown people claimed they had never seen her. The official handling the case thus ruled that the tax collector murdered her to get her dowry and fabricated her disappearance. But the maid insists her master would never do such a thing. He and his wife have always been very loving. She heard you are a rare kind of noble and has plucked up the courage to seek your help to find out the truth. This is the start of Quaya's questline. We have gotten him out of jail. This is where we run into him as a rival in this investigation. We have never finished this investigation in any run so far. Our first one, we started it, got halfway through it, ended up running away from the Sultan. The second run, we got executed for not managing a card in enough time. So now we're in run number 3 with this opportunity at hand. We could decide that Quaya's verdict was correct and there's no further need to discuss, even though the maid is very adamant about her master's innocence and the loyalty between the master and the mistress, the married couple involved. We could ask about her connection to the master, why she did not go with the mistress, with the wife and her child as, you know, a servant, a maid, for them. We could just be like, nah, it's not for us. We don't care. I don't know why you're even here. Or we could be like, yeah, sure, I'll find out the truth for you. What do we want to do, chat? What do we want to do? Aquarius is a good lad. I think he'll appreciate you digging a bit deeper eventually. Yeah, he is a good lad. I actually happen to know that I completed this quest in the demo, and he is a good person. He just doesn't believe that we are yet. And considering our situation, I don't blame him. From an outsider's perspective, all he can see is that we are playing a dangerous and horrific game. One that he nearly died to, honestly. Sure, we'll find out the truth. Although this could be interesting too. Neither of these are a no. Everything else is. So do we find out about the maid and the master, or do we just say we'll find out the truth? That is the question here. Ad break ends in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, community. Sorry you were in an ad. Do we find out the truth, or do we ask about the maid and the master? My chat is leaving it up to me again. This is never a good idea. Never, never. Let's dig into her story. This is not a no. But it does help us. You interrupt the woman and ask, why are you so worried about your master? Could it be that you... Her face instantly turns red, and she stutters that her master is a good person. Very kind, treats all the servants well. She talks for a long time, in great detail, as if the tax collector were a reincarnated saint. You have a sudden realization and say abruptly, then the official responsible for the trial was indeed wrong. The one who benefited the most from her death is not him, but you. The maid is stunned for a moment before responding. Yes, it is me. Strangely, she breathes a sigh of relief and bows to you, leaving briskly. In the dark alley, the Sultan's laws are just one way to solve problems. Often, it is up to the individuals involved to figure out the rest. A noble approaches you, asking for help to resolve a problem as he, unaware of the rules, has offended a mercenary who claims to be a roaming swordsman in the dark alley. I asked him to handle a problem for me. I assumed he'd scare her off from the capital, but to my shock, he killed the woman and left her head at my doorstep. Now everyone knows my mistress is dead, and they blame me as the killer. Well, you did get her killed, you dumb shit. He slips you some money, asking you to teach this unruly mercenary he's set to meet in Dark Alley. It's said this mercenary is the best in Dark Alley. I thought hiring someone so skilled would make it easier. Surely you can think of a way to deal with him, since you're a figure of influence besides the Sultan. You're a dumbass. And Fatuna wants to talk. Okay. Okay. So much shit, not enough hands. Oh my god. Whoops. There we go. I'm screwed. This is gonna be such a bad card for us. Okay. So this is an extravagance card. Our wife must go. We don't necessarily have to. This is a really low bloodshed card for this. We absolutely could. Or we could confront him with with the gold conquest, because he is a gold swordsman. at this man's art. Damn. As the most well-recognized mercenary swordsman, he refuses to reveal his name. What marks him, other than his gleaming golden sword, is his libertine attitude, the overflowing goblet, the beauties in his arms, and the coins he can never keep. So, you need to choose one side to proceed. Dispatch allies to persuade them peacefully. Using the Sultan card will bring special outcomes. The Extravagance card must be used with the corresponding number of gold coins, and the Carnality card requires you to participate, but it does not allow you to do Conquest. Ugh! Nope, can't do that either, because he's not high enough. Okay. However, howsomever, we do have a miracle. We've got 3 attempts. We could get rid of Conquest. We also have this, but we can't use the Conquest on him, and I only have this stupid Bloodshed card, and we still need to do it, and we've got 3 days left. There's also How Dare You. Bringing an army is more convincing. I don't have an army. Jeez Louise. Okay. What do you need? Your understanding of the world beneath the surface has attracted Fatuna. Fatuna has recently been often chatting with your wife over tea. She finds some of your perspectives quite interesting, so one day she took the initiative to speak with you. Do we receive her privately so that she can seduce us, or do we receive her with our wife because we are not an idiot? Because we know that our wife is a goddess. What line in the sand do we draw, guys? With Maggie? Yeah. This is my wife. You can be our friend, but this is my wife. Although, this art makes it look like there could be a good time involved, I'm just saying. With Maggie present, Fatuna seemed a bit embarrassed. She chatted with you for a while about everyday matters, and that unrelenting individual then took her leave, just like on many previous afternoons. Bitch. What is your charisma? A 3? Okay. So then if I put this on you, it's now at 6. Good, good, excellent. Zaki's charisma is a 4. Have this dagger, kid. Now your charisma is a 5. Good, good, excellent. Your charisma is a 3, but I need Zephyr. You desperately need more combat. That's much better. Who else? Who else? She doesn't have an accessory. I don't have an accessory to give her. Shield and the helmet is pretty good, but it's combat and physique. I don't need you to have combat. You have combat. And maybe we put better than the leather armor on you? Yeah. This is an attire. Zaki is now very good. And many things. Because I don't want to change his Thief's Cloak out. He doesn't have an accessory. We could have gotten him the stealth boots, I suppose. And I have the sociability stuff on her because she needs it for her job. And then we just have the leather armor left. Who needs it? You do. That will help you. And then there's Lady Becky, who can be equipped as an accessory to anyone. Which is kind of why my wife does not have an accessory in case she needs Lady Becky. Okay. We do have the puppy whistle, which will give a pet slot to somebody who does not have it. It might be good to put on Zephyr, actually. And then this is Stealth. A feast for stealth. That's interesting. We also have a feast for physique as well as physique. We need to figure out what to do with the street urchins. I don't have the Mirror of Stars up and running because I'm waiting for an extravagance card. The gold bird is also a pet slot. So if you want the ridiculous charisma, I don't have the gold bird up and running because you need somebody to babysit it. Alright. That gives us at least some amount of stuff. But it does mean that Fatuna's job is now to drag Nabini back. The wife has to go to her tea party. We can also participate, but we don't have a card to participate with. Unless we go drawing cards for it. I think we're just gonna let her have her tea party. Who is at court? Emaine? We have to send somebody to court just to even out her, but if we send Jawad, then we have support, more support than opposition, so it's extra information, so that makes him useful. These 2 points of slander, things that I did not want to deal with. This bloodshed card is such a waste on this guy. And Lady Becky can manage the estate today. I do want to go to this personally now. Let's just get that done. Who do we want to have faith? Get faith. There we go. This will have to roll back up. Divine Grace will have to roll back up. Sultan's Prank is still a problem. Book Hunt I don't care about. Reprobate I don't care about. Gang Conflict I have to do something about now. Oh, nope. Get back in here. And combat. There we go. Yep. That's where we're got. This can wait for a second. This hasn't refreshed. Juna's in here, but she's not useful. This is Zaki and protagonist specific. Complication for us. But it can hit weight. Where did I send Habib? To confession? I could do Zaki instead, actually. That would be fine. Nope. Next one. Nope. There it is. And then I can do Habib here. Host him with any feast or purchase ingredients. We'll just do ingredients. You're not going to worry about the bathhouse. This resets the remaining time. Not all can break. I don't think Aman can do Gold Conquest. Okay. This is as good as it gets for this turn. Unless somebody else has something to say. Jeez Louise, I've got a crazy amount of shit. I do, actually, I should... methinks these street urchins and see if it's something I want to do. And rats. He found Aleem again and suggests that he might consider teaching these children to become thieves. After all, he's quite good at taking care of children. Of course, you could give him some money to kick things off. Every day, by putting the children to methinks, you can come up with an idea. So, they could have been the servants of nobles. Remember, these are all formerly beggar orphans who are now disfigured on purpose. So, we could have made them dogs by making them be servants of nobles in the palace. We could make them rats and turn them into thieves. I don't like that one either. I think the other option we have is to make them beggars on the road. I don't think there's a good option for these kids, honestly. There just is not a good option here. Yep, that's it. Here we go. Without your help, the ritual still proceeded smoothly. You lost an opportunity to gain favor with the church. Yep, they sure did. The gang conflict dominates Dark Alley. It needs a spokesperson. Ally Jackal's traditional power, Rael, a barbarian, appears with the band. Who do we support? Begun from the trivial, unnoticed, till its new old gang war. A tragedy over a biscuit. Now nobody cares about right and wrong. Rael will need at least 2 successes to defeat the Jackals. The Jackals had 6 combat, Rael's and our combined power had 11, which gives us 5. We need 2 successes. We got 3. And had a couple of rerolls in case we needed it. No one dared to look down on Scum Gang. Mad Woman attacked while shouting gibberish, scaring Jackals into flight. The leader became enraged yet became feed for the barbarian girl. Now who's foolish enough to cross the scum gang? Check your livers first. This is badly translated, but it's still fun. After the renowned battle Rael found, I owe you. She warmly strode you to her scrappy yet skilled band and recognized your face as if to imply protected by Big Sister. Good job, Zephyr. People still come to our estate, and now we will see if we make money. Hey, look at that. We make money. Excellent. Didn't make extra money, just money. Thank you and all and Lady Becky. They show up to see Lady Becky, let's be honest. Appearances at court are important. We got some inside information. And the Sultan is weary. We also got a secret because Jawad was there. Good job, dumbass. Also, something noteworthy happened. A strange merchant invites you to invest in their caravan. They plan to depart soon, traveling along the coast to transport eastern goods to the distant north. If they arrive smoothly, a hefty profit awaits. However, long-distance trade journeys are always fraught with various risks. Do we invest heavily, firmly refuse, or express doubt? We have expressed doubt before, and I think got information. We have invested heavily, and it's like a 7-day wait, and you lose a follower to that 7-day wait. We've not really firmly refused before, I don't think. What do we want to do, chat? Weigh in for me, please. Give me your opinions, or spend your channel points, whichever you feel like doing, honestly. I would just love to hear from you guys. And if you're lurking, that's okay too. I appreciate you for just being here, honestly. We want to firmly refuse this time? I mean, we have the money to invest. We even have the people to invest. Some days, I don't have enough places to put them all. The money wasn't bad when we heavily invested. It just takes time. Although, do we have the time? Good question. The loudest voice has said, refuse. Okay. Less influence, but I made money. You don't want any unnecessary risks. Besides, even if it does make money, you can't afford to wait so long. You insist you have no money to invest in his project, leaving the merchant disappointed. Shortly after, word gets out, and everyone knows you're broke. Some unknown benefactor even pityingly tossed a few gold coins into your wall. Just because I don't have the money to invest in his trade project does not mean that I'm broke. That's hilarious. Hi, BB. Thank you for the refresh on your lurk. It is pretty expensive. It's not that big a deal, though. Okay. Well, what do the poor really need? We talk to the nobles. At a banquet, you talk about it with your colleagues, eliciting a burst of laughter from them. Charity is the nobles' way to flaunt their jewels, and the glimmer from those jewels can temporarily fill the poor's stomachs. But do the nobles truly wish to feed the poor? If they did, the next time they want to show off how generous they are, wouldn't there be fewer poor clamoring for that bowl of porridge? That's what they think. The perspective ripples in your mind. So I have 5 inklings on this futile charity. Nabani is back. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him, but I'm gonna do something. Very soon, the great cooking at your guest house becomes widely known, even among nobles who have hinted multiple times that they'd like to arrange a tasting for them. You gave Habib some money. 5 gold coins are enough for Habib to serve a decent meal. The gluttonous noble leaves contentedly belching. Naturally, he merely graces your guest house with his presence, so don't expect any additional returns. In this place of accumulated sins, you confess your wrongdoings to the priest and cleanse your soul and believe. Zaki believes in God's existence, but isn't mature enough to respect it. However, after confessing, he anxiously tells you that the quiet chamber creates terrifying hallucinations. At sunset, confessing believers disperse, and the church's unsullied stone pillars silently watch these extended, filthy shadows without speaking. Well, we got some piety. That's pretty good. Ever since you got involved in the Sultan's game, Maggie began hosting tea parties for noblewomen at home. Most noblewomen have been trained into foolish, vulgar creatures who only know how to compare and pander to power. They are completely out of place with Maggie. Though it's called a tea party, it's really about exchanging intelligence, spreading rumors, plotting, and flattery. All of which tires Maggie out, as she dislikes such scheming. She never complains to you. Our lovely, beautiful, perfect wife. Too many thieves. Looking at Alim's sly and confident smile, you feel you could not tolerate small children turning out this way. Think again, think again. Alright, who's back? Fortuna wants to talk. Rael's gang is... that's what's new. The underground boxing match began once more. If you want to find out the fighter's identity, don't miss the chance. Okay, we got more shit going on. Oh my god. Mysterious assistance? Oh. I could use your help. Okay. This is Rael's base, now open to you. Her low-born yet skillful people offer much to learn. If issues arise in territory, Rael departs with all, halting training. Fee is non-refundable. It's a gang. Followers cannot undergo identical training repeatedly. So, we have the mud crawlers. We could select the gang for training. A token of 5 gold. I don't really know what this is yet, but we'll figure it out. The Hamar brothers are around, but I don't have anything to use on them. This I still need to sort out. These are... this is becoming worrisome. I'm gonna have to pull a card for that, I think. Yep, that's just gonna happen. Actually, wait a minute. Who's in court? And how tired is the Sultan? Okay, he's gonna leave court next. And of course it's you. Of course it's you, which means Jawad and Lady Becky must go together so that I don't get any more slander. Slander is bad for us. Fortuna, what is your problem? Your kindness has become an example for the youth. Fortuna visited with her son Zaki to present you with a gift. It was to thank you for setting a moral example for her son. He now cares about the lives of the elderly servants at home and takes initiative in asking about the taxes for the estate. I'm so happy and touched, all thanks to you. And she paid us in coin. I appreciate that, actually. Okay. You must attend the appointment in person. Mysterious assistant can upgrade many things. Okay, I have 5 inklings on here. I don't know how much I need. I have 2 more days to get it in. Not a lot of wisdom. Much more wisdom, but I have... there are things going on. Okay. This is gonna get crazy, you guys. Do I have to show up to this in person? Yes. And I have to show up to this in person. And I need a silver or a bronze level something for both. Which I don't have. Yes, we're starting this. Have to go to this in person as well. That's the one that's going to run out today. It's gonna have to run out because I know it will come back. I need to deal with these back to back. Okay. And I have to do this in person as well. But that's got a few more days. I need... Hold on. I need something other than bloodshed. Carnality can do for one. Conquest can do for the other. Gold Conquest is already started elsewhere. Gold Carnality would be the death of us. Gold Bloodshed would be the death of us. I want a Conquest card. I want the Silver Conquest card. Give me Silver Conquest. Bronze Extravagance. Not useful. Try again. I can deal with Bronze Extravagance. Fucking finally. Thank you very much. Sultan's Prank. Here we go. Hardak, get some conquest in your belt. Now, this is still a problem. I still have to show up for myself, but that's fine. Bronze level or stone extravagance. Doesn't usually require me to show up with somebody. I could do Mirror of Stars for that. Honestly. Hold on. I was hoping to use one of these, but it's fine. I just need something. I could... do something useful. Yeah, we'll use this here. I can send anyone to do this. There you go. That's what we will do. Can do nothing. I don't even know why it says that. We've sent Zephyr before. I don't remember what his upgrades were. We could send Habib instead, see what happens. We could even send our dear lovely wife, see what happens. The cat is in use, so I can't get money out of this. The prisoner does not matter. What about... What about sense of happiness? Does that do anything? No. No. I'm trying to think outside the box. Don't mind me. Okay. What about this betrayed friend? Nope. Pure thoughts? It can increase piety, which would upgrade pure thoughts. Okay. That would be okay. Can I do anything with the gold bird? Doesn't say that it can't do anything. It just makes a cool sound. What does that mean exactly? I need Lumera to read this book at some point. Oh, I see. It's just, that's the sound of the bird. Okay. Interesting. Do we find out what it does with the gold bird? We could be sciencing here, I don't know. I know that I can upgrade to gold tier anything. And honestly, this intelligence, inside information, and like secret are like two of the most powerful that I use. Tactics is pretty good too. Go and be improved, Habib. I thought about it, but maybe I don't need that so much. We could send someone to the bathhouse, but I think I need to stop having too many things to do. Let them learn. We'll see what that does. Okay. I have my wife and Petuna left. Now, I could send one or the other here, just for them to have something to do. Guest house is not refreshed. I have to deal with this tomorrow. Could do the book hunt. Sure, why not? That should be fine. We don't need the book, but we'll take it. There, that's everybody. Update on Bladesinger EK build. I decided to go 5-7 because multi-attacks won't stack anyways and War Magic will be much better. Heck yeah. Wreck everything. So we are starting Change of Destiny, like officially, because honestly, we're not ready for it. This is gonna be bad, but we're going. This is where we stand. It's as good as it's gonna get. We still have this stone bloodshed hanging over our head, but we have needed our protagonist to be in too many places personally at once, and that has been our choke point, unfortunately. So this is a mess. Oh my god. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Someone beats drums and gongs at your doorstep, singing hymns loudly. As you open the door, a group of children shower you with white flowers and shout, "Hooray!" and "Thank you!" before you figure out what's going on. They pull out a donation banner for the Pure Children, generously rewarding with 10 gold coins. White petals cascade like rain. Church children cry your name. All the district hears. With their donations influenced, you enjoy a grand dream. Although costly, this earns substantial prestige, renown, and influence. And piety on Zaki, and a gold omen. Holy shit. Later, you heard that those priests were imposters and the Pure Children were just a scam. They took your money and gleefully left the city that very night. You provided the palace with the best clown performance, and the Sultan laughed as he permitted you to break an extravagance guard. Arcane synergy and elemental infusion. Nice. One fun combo with rings for this build. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. The Sultan has the army, a powerful magic ring, and he himself is said to be an almost invincible warrior. You certainly need a strong army, swords, and magic to oppose him, but to end the old dynasty and to create a new one, such task must always be achieved by convictions. You are ready to assassinate the Sultan. I'm really not, but here we go. The great and kind Sultan has given you an opportunity to break a Sultan card with ease and efficiency. You decide to use the Conquest card. You present a card depicting kingship. The Sultan smiles at you knowingly, satisfied. His soldiers long to drink the blood of the weak. The young man waits in the cold palace halls, restless, helpless. Then news arrives. His homeland, where the tribute has run dry. The governor who has failed at his duties, all crushed beneath iron hooves. The Sultan is never merciful. The palace echoes with the Sultan's laughter as the young man inherits his father's title and debt too vast to pay. The next morning you hear he slit his throat standing by a frostbitten window in the stage station. It might have been kinder just to kill him outright, honestly. You drove out those criminals, but your ambiguous attitude awakened some people's ambitions. Manal found the legendary city, and it has aroused the interest of the Sultan. Shadowy machinations are at work, pushing everything into the abyss. You are powerless to stop them, and you did not take advantage of the situation. You hear the Sultan's army set out, but when they finally found the city and infiltrated it, it was already deserted. It was as if the prosperity you saw was just a mirage. You suddenly recall that Manal had a long conversation with the merchants before setting out. A near impossible conjecture lingers in your mind, perhaps soon to be confirmed. The bookstore owner finds you and asks if you could accompany him on a trip to the upper city. He wants to visit a few nobles and try to collect some worthwhile books from them. He comes to you partly because he believes you have a genuine love of reading, and partly because he's terrible at dealing with nobles. If you can't come yourself, at least send someone who knows how to handle such delicate conversations. Everyone keeps their dignity. When buying books from nobles, the last thing you want is to make it seem like they need the money. After all, knowledge and culture are priceless. You're merely offering a token of gratitude for their selfless sharing. You exchange a few pleasantries with the noble and get ready to cut to the chase. 4 out of 4 successes got. You successfully bought the books, and it's almost brand new, still unopened. Books used to be a refuge, but now they are just satire and metaphors of the absurdity of our life. This is Rael's base, now open to you. Her low-born yet skillful people offer much to learn. Staying alive comes first. No grand ideals from the first with Rael, just escaping oppression for survival. They taught Zephyr some survival wisdom and hope Zephyr never needs to use it. Thus, time passed quickly. People are still willing to come to our house and help us make money. Excellent, we made money. And we made extra money. Woo boy. But the game wears upon us still. Frequent appearances to the palace is exactly what needs to happen. The nobles bicker, and all the absurdity of the endless debates and debacles have left the Sultan thoroughly exhausted. So he will probably relieve himself from the court for a few days. Your recent actions have not aroused any suspicion from the Sultan, and such your influence has increased. Sending someone there has the benefit of gaining intelligence in real time. Senior Minister. Interesting. Fate point got. You pose the question to Navani, wanting to hear his perspective. He shrugs and casually says the way to help the poor is to lead them to rob, invade, and deceive. After all, the wealthy and noble have accumulated their wealth through such means. What's wrong with taking it back? This perspective ripples in your mind. He, a noble, wishes to have the uprising of the common people because he is bored, essentially. Alright, well. At the end of the weary day, as you're passing through the shadows cast by the Sultan's palace walls, ready to return home, a woman in white stands in your way. Her pale hands and silver hair seem to glow brighter in the darkness, piercing your eyes. Do you need help? She asks with a sense of approval. This is what you deserve. Whether she's merely a mortal hiding her identity or a messenger of divine power, what harm is there in making a request? You hope Habib can be more helpful. The next day, Habib came to your house, telling you he had a strange dream. The details aren't clear, but it was a pleasant, auspicious dream, and it was about you. He gained combat and stealth, apparently. No idea why. The little beggars are hungry, but it's a hopeful day. They eat well. You missed today's match, but it will come again. Oh, geez. You heard that a maid recently confessed to Quaes out of guilt. You now know that Quaes was the minister in charge of the tax collector's case. She claimed that in a moment of weakness, wanting to marry her master, she devised a plan to kill her mistress and the young master. Quaes, shocked and angry, immediately started an overnight interrogation. It said that at the final execution, the tax collector begged to execute the sinful maid himself. You sighed softly. This was the maid's choice. We have so many things. We need to be here in person. We have to send followers. At least 3 are required. Up to 8 followers can come. Completing this ritual will start the battle countdown. Other followers can still participate in subsequent combat. Oh, fuck. What did we get here? This is the story of a courtier who, because of his political acumen, became a keystone of his nation. You have become the Sultan's right-hand man, or do you aspire to be the next Sultan? We have reached 20 points of influence in a single run, and have gained ourselves a fate point. We have the Thief's Apprentice. You need to pass a check to persuade the child to follow the right path. Okay. We need sociability, charisma, wisdom, and stealth, apparently. So, this gets us there. That's more charisma, less of everything else. I actually think that Zaki's probably our best bet. Jeez Louise. Why is this all perplexed? It's wisdom in combat. So we'll get the wisdom up. This is wisdom and sociability. Maybe I would rather do this, actually. This is pretty good. I'll do this. Alright. Vicious dogs will come back around. Entangled task is the thing. This we still need to do. We only have this stone bloodshed card. I kind of want to draw a card and see what happens. This is another Abdul thing. I can receive divine grace. We can recruit believers for piety. We have one more day for this one. Let's try that. Bring him back. Because he's a dumbass. bloodshed, carnality, or conquest. I would much rather have a carnality. Honestly, at this point, give me a carnality, bitch. I am so weighted towards carnality, and you refuse to give me it. And if you give me gold carnality, I think I might scream. I mean, my wife is available, but I think I might scream. Finally. How dare I? How dare I indeed? I don't have an army, which is why conquest would have been bad. I can sleeping draught his ass. Mmm. I kind of want to do this, just because I think it'll be funny. It is a physique combat problem. I could just do combat card, but like I think this will be funny. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Which means that my wife can go convince him. So what do we have? Concubines of the deceased royalty upon reaching an age where they can no longer bear children may receive money to leave the harem and live freely, another form of Sultan's mercy. Many of the former king's concubines have already met the conditions, but no one dares bring it up to the Sultan. We can approve it, or we can shelve it. You don't have to persuade Abdul. Well, we're gonna approve it. Please just do. Somebody has to tell the Sultan. That's your job, dude. I mean, he's a silver noble. It's stupid. I just need to get this bloodshed card dealt with. I still have, I believe, one or two. I believe I have both of the bronze level bloodshed cards. Everything else has been, and the gold one. So I don't have to do this one yet. Maybe I will just wait a little bit longer. I do need to deal with this, but I need myself to deal with it. So I think that's a next turn problem. And then we consider ripples in the bathhouse. Yeah. Lunchbox business is back. This is sociability. I need at least 2 wisdom to get 2 physique. Zephyr only has 1 wisdom, but Habib has 2. Okay. Oh, we also need to do the puppy whistle. We could put the puppy whistle on Zephyr and equip a pet to him, actually. That might be useful. But sociability... I mean, he has none. Or we could just make him more stealthy. Let's do stealth. We'll do Scouts training manual for him. What is actually this one? This one does give wisdom. And it doesn't have a you need wisdom to get wisdom component to it. And Zephyr only has 1 wisdom, and that is kind of why it's a problem. Never mind. I know what I'm doing now. Zephyr's gonna get some wisdom. Never mind then. It only works on my wife. Okay, this one instead then. Okay. Get more stealth. Okay. Habib, what do I want you to do? Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. Do I have a book for you? This is a recipe book. Habib can learn the recipes. Learn more recipes. There we go. That's what I'm doing. Alright. This is probably gonna be the death of us. After 2 projects of collaboration, Mahir considers you her best partner. She hopes to form a closer long-term relationship with you, just like before. And just like before, you invest. She conducts research, and happiness is that simple. We provide Mahir our sponsorship, and we only needed 5 successes, but we got 19. We have a big bomb now. She also wants us to go to the church to collect ether. But we already have 1 more ether to spend on her. You knock on the presumptuous noble's door with the Sultan card, demanding to know if he really wants to harass your followers, even a slave girl. You slapped the Sultan card across his face, asking if he'd like to taste it. Briefly grimacing, he clenched his fists, but then he bowed to you. Please forgive me, he apologized submissively, though deep down still unwilling. But you can't blame me. It was your slave girl who seduced me. She's so beautiful. She looked at me among so many people, if not showing her willing. Under your cold gaze, he swallowed the rest of his words. Matters seem to conclude in this way. However, the Sultan finds out about it. The Sultan curiously inquires what Sultan card you brandished and then commands you to execute it. He wants you to know that he permits you to play this game, grants you these powers, but ultimately he is the true master, and you are merely his entertainment. Though you were unwilling, you ultimately had no choice. The man jumped up, terrified, dodging and fleeing across the court, captured only by the combined efforts of the guards, still desperately struggling and begging for mercy. His tears making that already unattractive face even more repulsive, and that smelly, suspicious liquid dripping down between his legs. Alas, was it worth it? Unlike you, he had not accustomed himself to accepting these things, though perhaps he should find it fortunate, at least that he won't die. Such a man's flavor was hardly appealing. After a perfunctory ordeal, your grim face at last elicited a subtle smile from the Sultan. He enjoyed much suffering that day, for his own amusement. Even Maggie, upon hearing, couldn't criticize you harshly. What could be said? At least you resolved the affair with an all. Rumor had it that the noble, having lost his face, left the capital overnight. You just wished whatever wind carried him away, carry you with it too. Oh boy, our notoriety has skyrocketed. That'll teach him. That is literally the do not touch my things or I will literally fuck you up. In the worst way possible for the Sultan's amusement. This young pup came back to me, still set on being a thief, but that's wrong. So my lord, help me set him straight until he goes back to the mill. We must have 8 successes. We have 13 dice to do it in. Nope, that's not 8. That's even less than 8. Are you fucking kidding me? I was closer from the first roll. Ugh. Lady Luck and RNGesus are not with us. Old dog and pup. Hamir doesn't listen to you at all. Instead, nestling affectionately into Alim's arms. He wants nothing but this old dog, this father-like thief ringleader. With no other choice, Alim takes Hamir back to the dog den. While his mouth curses the boy for being useless, incompetent, and unable to know what's good for him, his eyes betray a smile. Alim gains some survival from this. Will he change? If we get 6 successes here, we might change Alim for the better. 4. I could push it to 6. Chat, should I use my gold die to push this to 6 successes? I mean, we didn't convince Hamir to live an honest life, but do we convince Alim to be a better man? For Hamir, who he wanted a more honest life for. What do we do, chat? I don't have any rerolls, but I can use 2 gold die to get 6 successes. Or we could just leave things as is. Please give me your thoughts. I really desperately need your assistance on this one, because I'm conflicted. I've never actually gotten this far in this quest either, so I don't know what's going on exactly behind the scenes. Try again. I can't. I don't have any rerolls. I can only add successes at this point. I need 6. I only have 4. I have enough gold die to force 6. But I cannot reroll because I already used them. Trying to convince Hamir to become a miller. Winterfairy says use your gold die. You don't use them often enough. She's got a point. Well, no one else has said otherwise, so here we go. You're still green. In this touching moment, you catch Hamir's fingers sneaking into your wallet. Honestly, he's much better at turning the mill. Let's make some money. Oh, we made good money. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, what do the poor really need? Well, this perspective offers nothing more value. Okay. A According to tradition, concubines of the deceased royal, upon reaching an age where they can no longer bear children, may receive money to leave the harem and live freely, another form of the Sultan's mercy. Many of the former king's concubines have already met the conditions, but no one dares bring it up with the Sultan. How to handle these petitions? At least they can be free. You pretend to go through the formalities according to ancient traditions for these women. When the Sultan inquires, merely respond, I believe that his high kindness, the Sultan, will continue the benevolence of previous kings, much like the sun rises each day. Nobility's approval. Nabini will be back. Reading improves oneself. Good job, you are now more stealth. Habib is also more survival. Excellent, man. We've never actually visited Shama, so the fact that this is an event that can just roll up is kind of funny. Lately, you notice Shama seems a bit melancholic, and your relationship encourages her to confide in you about her experiences. It turns out she's an illegitimate daughter of a noble despised by her father due to a genetic deformity. Now her father has learned about her profession as a prostitute in the House of Delights and believes she has disgraced the family. My father won't let me go. There is no doubt his assassin is already on his way. As she speaks, Shama slightly curls her lips, an expression filled with a mix of worry and perhaps a special kind of relief, which stirs a ripple within you. We could help her kill her father. We could take her in as a concubine, or we could talk about something else. Maybe her melancholy is not why we wanted to visit with her. What do we do here, chat? I'm not sure we have enough time to take her as a concubine. That's a whole quest line. I'm not sure we have time to kill her father either, but we could try. Or we could just be like, let's talk about something else. Move on. Help her kill her father? Sure. Is her father the Sultan? I don't know. I can help you kill your father. After listening to your words, Shama just giggled softly, completely not taking it to heart. She has long known and has become accustomed to the fact that promises in the House of Delights are not to be trusted. Until you seriously ask about her father's name, the location of her territory, and the situation there. She widens her eyes in surprise and begins to dissuade you. You don't need to oppose him for, well, someone like me. But you only gently squeezed her palm. In the past, you would never consider standing against a great lord, but now you've gained the power to change fate from this twisted game, even if it's just the fate of a prostitute. Righteous cause. Rael discovered the Jackal's den. She mobilized all forces, determined to annihilate without survivors. Alright, we got things going on. And the bathhouse date, if we want to impress our wife. Oh boy, but we have to kill somebody. The Sultan is out. We need 3. We can't do it with a 2. So this is a conquest opportunity. They're out, so no training can occur. When you request to send a campaign to the Sultan, the court burst. Okay, a conquest card is required to initiate this ritual. This will be a very hard battle. Make sure you're ready. Battle is so perilous. Shama's father is a gold. Okay. And it will last for 3 days. we also have to have an army. Fuck. We don't have army. We have 2 days to participate in this. The only way that we will have any time at all to do anything is this. We have to do this now. Cruel sacrifice has appeared. I have to show up myself. I have to kill a dude. Apparently he doesn't count. Apparently he does. And there we go. It's a cruel sacrifice. But this prisoner, that's the reason why I have him. Why? This is the deadline. I don't know if I have enough for this answer. Whatever. It will resolve regardless. Guest house is still just this. This has a lot of time. Okay. So, with the estate... Or we could... Oh no, never mind. We could do actually this. And do them together. Just that they have something to do. Sociability? Sociability this time? Holy shit. She's like 1 sociability away. Interesting. Hold on, hold on. Oops, not you. There we go. Because I just needed her sociability to be high enough, so Lady Becky is going with the believers. We're just gonna do it. There we go. We can do this one more time. Could go to the bathhouse for more information. think I'm gonna put this puppy whistle on Zephyr. So now he can have a pet. Which means if I want him to have charisma, bird. But no, we're just gonna put the stallion on him, it's fine. Alright, what's the option for the street children today? Become human. Halim proposed a bold idea to establish a school that would shelter the beggars from the dark alley. Think about it. He is already skilled at caring for his puppies, but they need a gentleman to teach them proper manners, rather than the tricks of thievery. So you're willing to help Halim? You could fund half the project, which means quite a fortune for him. Ooh, this is our best option. No extravagance card in our possession right now, and I'm not going to draw for one. This is just going to happen. We can make the children into people, rather than dogs or rats. Ozaki, job for you. Indeed. We still technically have the bathhouse open for one of these three. Petunia would probably be the best bet for that one. Hunting bow might not be a bad investment, actually. There we go. There we go. They don't really have anything to do that would be useful right now, so I guess you get to go to the bathhouse today. Have fun. Learn us some things. We could just incorporate the jackals into the group. I don't know if paying the money would... Do we still need the combat to get them incorporated? What's going on here? I just want to make them ours. If I send Zephyr, I mean, like, is this all I need is the money? To just pay the money? If I just pay the money, do the mud crawlers and the jackals become part of Rael's gang? Is that how this works? Somebody look it up for me. Or let me know if you've had experience in this. I would really appreciate it. I assume that giving them money works if you beat them. I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions and like fill everything up and be like, fuck. Okay, no info. Well, we'll just send all the things then. With some rerolls, just in case. There we go. It's as good as it gets. Because I'm pretty sure that they become another follower that you can then train with, basically. Alright, that's everybody but Habib. Is there a book for Habib? You could get more strong. Not that one. No, he doesn't have any magic to do that one. He doesn't have a wisdom high enough to do that one. Or this one. Or this one. Okay. I think Habib just chills. Alright. Well, this is where I'm gonna cheeky save it. And we will find out what the outcomes are of this tomorrow. Let us do a cheeky save. Please overwrite. Yes, thank you. So thank you guys for joining me today for another run of Sultan's game. We're still in the middle of our third run of the game, and it's intense. And we are probably fucked, but we're having fun. Yes. Indeed. We need to upgrade that as well. Try to remind me for tomorrow. But I am Mayrin Altheatover, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that's not your time zone, feel free to follow me either here or over on Blue Sky and put notifications on so that you know when I go live. Alternatively, you can @ me on Blue Sky and be like, dude, your run to, like, the choices you made today, crazy. Or you can tell me about whatever you're into. Let's have a conversation. Let's get to know each other. Blue Sky is where you can interact with me directly, and because I'm very bad at social media, I need the help. Pretty please. If you have missed any of the decisions I've made so far, YouTube is the place to find the playlist. I don't make any money over there. I just make the playlists to give back to all of you so you can stay up to date with what I'm playing, see what I've played before, see if it interests you to pick up on your own, all of those things. So feel free to check out YouTube, subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to know when the VODs go live, and have access to all of that on your own time while you're cooking, cleaning, working, going from point A to point B, trying to get some sleep, and you find my voice soothing. Whatever it is for you and your time, YouTube is there for you. All right, it is time to raid a friend. This is my raid message. It's barebone basic. If you think so, if you agree with me on that, feel free to use your own love heart and raid emojis from whatever channels you support. I'm happy to share the love because we're all in this Twitch community together, and, well, I think that you guys are the bomb diggity. So we're gonna go over to Psycho Phoenix's channel because she's lovely, wonderful, British, and absolutely a fun time. Sassy as can be. Can't go wrong with that. She's currently playing Welcome to Elderfield. She's probably been playing a whole bunch of other things before that, and she'll definitely play probably something later than that as well. So go check her out. We support her. She supports us. We're all in this together, and it's a wonderful, fantastic time. But I hope the rest of your day today, whatever day it might be, it's currently a Tuesday for me, but it could be something else for you on YouTube. I hope it's a fantastic one. And until I see you again, know that you are loved, you are wanted. I hope that you see me tomorrow when I continue some more Sultan's game. And I will have some fun. So let's go raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.